Welcome back. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. And our next guest is the volunteer route coordinator with Tour de Bronx. I was going to ride in that a couple of times. And he joins us to speak about his contributions to the bike event. Please welcome Daniel Ranells. Daniel, how are you? How you feeling?
I'm good. Wish I were outside riding my bike right now, but can't do both at the same time.
Did you ride this morning?
I did a little bit. Not like one of the Tour de Bronx routes, but a little bit to Van Cortlandt.
Yeah. What piqued your interest in doing this type of hobby? I believe it is, right?
I actually took it up for health reasons. I was 240 pounds and I didn't want to go to the gym, so I bought a bike.
And, there you go.
Yeah. Did like a 4-mile segment from like near Pelham Parkway over to Orchard Beach, go there and back, and just kept doing that.
Yeah. Did the guys with the motors on their bikes get in your way at any time?
Sometimes I get a little frustrated. The moped.
It looks like they're pedaling, right? But the motors really can't.
Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it doesn't. I do own one electric bike. I try to be, sensitive to other people when I'm using it, or I just get in with the cars.
What's the importance of the alternative transportation routes you helped to develop?
Transportation alternatives. I know the Bronx and the Borough President and Bronx Health Reach have the Not 62 campaign. Yeah. Which, like, in terms of active transportation, it's so important to emphasize how you can walk places to do things, how you can bike to places to do things. And so I think it's important to just let people know that these options exist, that they are safe, and that they're accessible. Not everybody owns a bike, and I know City Bike has started expanding into the South Bronx as far as 167th Street. So I think it's important that people understand all of their options, especially with everything that's going on right now. Yeah.
Now, your background is IT?
Yeah. I worked I was in charge of the IT department at the Bronx High School of Science, which is probably the reason why I moved to the Bronx, to reduce my commute. So I live up near Lehman College. And now, I know tech has taken another turn to being super critical for everything. And my experience in that it allows me to, send routes, and do the routes and collaborate with people. We've had to move the Transportation Alternatives Volunteer Committee, like, all online, whereas before we would go and meet in person.
Yeah. And what helps you to determine those routes?
Yes. So I inherited this. I'm going to shout out to Rich Gans, the OG of Tour de Bronx. One of the many. It's a team effort, and it's really to show off the greenways that the Bronx has. We have the most park space, I think, of any borough. So I actually got involved with the 125th anniversary of the Bronx Park System. And so we like to highlight, so one of the routes we made was a version of the 40-mile route, which is called 8 Wonders of the Bronx. So we connect to Randall's Island, just show all the new bike infrastructure that's there. And Randall's Island is like, I don't know, acres of just open green park space that is technically Manhattan, but it's like so close and so easy to get to now. Soundview Park, Orchard Beach, City Island, the Pelham Parkway Greenway, Van Cortlandt Park, which is beautiful. Pelham Bay Park is the biggest park in all of New York City.
There you go.
So really to highlight how you can get there, and the greenways that you use for biking are also for walking, running, any kind of wheeled device.
Yeah, Daniel, do you put on a helmet cam and ride those routes?
I don't have a helmet cam, but I do.
Oh, you got to talk to Michael Maxnavi. He has the helmet cam.
I have a GoPro. It's on the front of my bike, and I sent some of those videos. I'm sure you have some clips, and you have the GoPro that BronxNet put on the borough president's bike.
Yeah. So when is the next one?
The next
Tour de Bronx.
Where? So we have 3 routes. They're virtual. And they've been posted online on Ride with GPS. And so we've got the 8 Wonders of the Bronx. The one that we kicked off with the borough president was the Boogie Up the Bronx River Junior. So we went about 8 miles north and then 8 miles back. We call it the Junior because you can go all the way up to Kensico Dam in Valhalla, which is a 23 trip. And then the last one is from 242nd Street on the 1 train line. And you go car free all the way through Van Cortlandt Park, across Mashulu, across Pelham, and you get to Orchard Beach. So we call that the Bronx Riviera Ride. So those are the 3 rides we have available for anybody to do at any time, and you can pick sections to do it. You don't have to start at the start and end at the end.
Yeah. Which is your favorite scenic route?
Scenic route.
They're all probably beautiful.
Yeah. I think, you know, the route that goes, I love the view at Soundview. So the Boogie Up the Bronx River Junior is great.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, you're really going to love the views that you see at Orchard Beach. You know, I go there almost all year round because it's gorgeous. It's serene. There's hiking trails. So I think the 8 Wonders is going to have the most diversity of scenery. You also pass by Wave Hill and Riverdale, and you're on Palisade Avenue, which has like some amazing views of the Hudson.
Now, Daniel, is there the bike tour coming up, or you can just do it anytime you want?
You can do it anytime you want. We want you to start now and really post up your pictures, you know, have a good time. And then I think November 8th, it's going to get wrapped up. And at some point, there'll be a collection of all of the you know, pictures and fun times that everybody had, being, you know, unfortunately or fortunately, socially and physically distant, which is, we want this to be a safe, enjoyable ride. And this was how we saw to do it this year.
All right, get my producer, give him some of the information, and I'd like to get my bike, tune it up a little bit, and get out on the trails.
Yes, definitely, definitely.
Where can we go for more information on this?
You can go to the borough president's Facebook, and the Bronx Tourism Council hosts it. So I will, you know, I think, I don't know I think the website's a bit too long. So I would say the borough president's Facebook has the link for the rides.
All right, that sounds good. And when are you getting back out? Right after we get off the air, you're gonna go back out, huh?
I'm biking to Wakefield a little bit later to do some outreach. Yeah. So get to go up a hill, 233rd Street.
Yeah. Do you also help out with the bike lanes that they have throughout the 5 boroughs?
Yes. So I've been a volunteer. When I got involved in biking a couple years later, I worked with the group, the Bronx Volunteer Committee for Transportation Alternatives, and we advocate for safer streets for all users. That's people who walk, people who bike, people who take mass transit, people who drive. And the studies and the research show from this country and all other countries, if you make a road safer for one user, like somebody who's walking, it makes it safer for everybody. And we meet online virtually the 3rd Wednesday of every month, and you can find more information at transaltort.org/Bronx, all lowercase.
Yeah. Just one more question. Sometimes I sit back and I watch it, you know, and if it's going one way, is that the only way that the bikers can go, and they have to stop at the lights and everything like cars? Sometimes, because sometimes I see people, they go in both ways in that same bike lane, and people get confused. The pedestrian walking off of the sidewalk or coming out of their car, because the car is parked a little bit ways from the curb to allow for the bike lanes. And you walk across thinking that, all right, that bike is coming this way, so I just have to look this way. But a bike can be coming this way too.
It depends. Now, you know, you're supposed to go with the flow of traffic. There are one-way bike lanes, just like we have one-way streets, and there are two-way bike lanes, like we have two-way streets. Yeah. So you'll notice, I mean, generally, if they're like the size of, you know, 6 feet, it's a one-way bike lane. And if it's a size of like 10 to 12 feet, it's going to probably be a two-way bike lane.
Yeah.
We have both of them in the Bronx. I know on the Grand Concourse, it is a one-way bike lane, so you're going with the flow of traffic.
Yeah.
And they
Sometimes
have
I see,
arrow indicators also.
yeah. Sometimes I see them going, it's a one-way bike lane, but they're going both ways. And now they have the cargo bikes with little motors on them. So you got to be careful of everything when you're crossing the streets. But yeah,
Yes.
I would love to get out there and be a part of one of the tours.
Okay, well we'll make it happen. You just
Right.
you'll get my phone number. We'll go out for a ride.
You got it. Okay. Sounds good. Hey, thank you for all that you do, and continue to lay out the law of the land as far as those bike paths and everything, and those tours. People love them. That's the only land mass right there in the Bronx out of the 5 boroughs.
Yes.
Everything
yes,
else is surrounded by water.
everything's an island.
Yeah. But thank you so much. And once again, you said I can go to what website to find out more? Bronx
To
Borough
find out,
President?
yeah, the Bronx Borough President. You can look up the Bronx Tourism Council website as well, and the Transportation Alternatives website, and I'll ask them to put a link up.
There you go. Daniel Ranells, thank you so much. Volunteer route coordinator, Tour de Bronx. I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you do. All right, we'll ride into the next segment right after this on Open.